What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PGA Model Breakdown that I do for Awesemo.com Plus members. I'm your host, Jason Roslin at DFS Golfer 23 on Twitter. And what I do here in this video series is I just go over my model for the week and just give you, kind of a quick run through of if this is your first time seeing it. I give you a quick run through of the stuff you can see. Also, if I make any additions, subtractions, changes, I try and highlight those. And of course, try and give you, a quick look at the top 5 and top 10s of the way that I'm building my model. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and check into my model this week. So, got up here, it is the FedEx St. Jude Invitational, as you see here. Don't get too nervous about these lines up here. They just help me for my VLOOKUP formulas, which is a formula in here. If you know Excel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know Excel, then you probably speaking a foreign language. However, you don't have to worry about that. That's what I do. So, as we go across, official World Golf Ranking, self-explanatory. Model rank and MYOM rank. What that means is it's the base rating for the model, which I'll get to in a second. And of course, the MYOM stands for Make Your Own Model. What that means is in this algorithm points thing, you go into the Make Your Own Model and you'll see that the base rating for the model has what's on the left-hand side. 10%, 15%, 5%, 15, so on and so forth. I don't need to read these to you. You guys can see them. However, in the red, though, is what you change and what you would like the weighting to be. So let's say that Vegas, you believe, is identically right. You want to do 100, and then you'd have to go and change all these other ones down to a couple of percent. We don't want to go much over 100%. The numbers will just end up skewed, and they won't make sense to you. So that's just how you change that. I'm going to change it back to 30 because that's what I'm just doing for this week. Okay. So that's a quick explanation of the Make Your Own Model. Okay, so first we get the strokes gained rank in the field this week. If you want to see this a little bit more clearly, all you got to do is, there's my over button. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. You go to strokes gained rank by the field, and now it's just this on one screen instead of seeing all the other gobbledygook or whatever you want to call it. So we can go and see here that in this field, the strokes gained tee to green rank from 19th in this field. It's going to give us McIlroy, Thomas, Matsuyama, Cantley. All the best players are playing this week, because it's a no-cut, guaranteed paycheck event. So this, I would say this tool would be used more in full field events or weak field events where you get to go out and see guys that are just, much better at striking the ball or tee to green than their counterparts that are playing in the field. So back to the full model we go. Other statistical measures. So these are the ranks for the PGA Tour for the season or for last season. I'm actually just going to make it a little bit easier for everybody to read. There we go. Tons of stats here. I mean, we could get plenty more, but how many do you really need? Here's at least a sum that I take a look at. Then we go into the 4 weeks, 7 weeks strokes gained numbers. Again, you can go find these numbers a little bit better over on my strokes gained number. Sorry, it's the same color tab. Or on my new strokes gained dashboard, which I believe this is probably the easiest tool that I've ever used. If you haven't used this yet, it's a great tool to do. So let's just say we wanted to take a look at why Kevin Tway missed the cut a couple of weeks ago, and we can see that it had to do with his approaches, whereas the week before, the week before it was his putting. So it's just a good way to go see exactly why guys are missing the cuts. Is it something specific? Is it everything? And while it looks like for Kevin Tway at the John Deere, it looks like it was a little bit of everything. The week before he played at the Rocket Mortgage, it was just his putting. So good tool to come and try and find some trends and some stats. Here's Keegan Bradley. Of course, it's going to give you the recent form, the course history, DraftKings points, ownership by Wednesday. So gives you everything that you could need. Okay, so we've covered the strokes gained database. Moving over, we've got, of course, the approach proximity. If you read my first cut this week, or if you have not, it is free. Go ahead and do that. Just awesemo.com/PGA. Go ahead and find the first cut. You'll see that Danny Willett is the top ranked in the 150 to 175 approach category. Very important this week. Of course, I get into the recent form here where actually this is not correct. I'm sorry, I forgot to just move everything over, which I'm going to do with you guys on the phone, or on the video, I should say, not quite on the phone. This is the open. Okay, and then, of course, course history to not quite the finisher off. As you can see, everybody that has played the course, how they've done, and so on and so forth. But finish it up with the DraftKings points. This is actually, again, I just didn't update my settings. Sorry about that, folks. It's actually from the Open through the Open US. So we'll do a little pun or play on words. So anyways, that's what you see there. Pretty interesting stuff. It's actually not through the Open. It's through the one the week before at the Memorial. So I think that should pretty much solve it. Let's go back and just see what the base model is liking this week, as we always do right at the end here. Patrick Cantlay, no surprise, he has been pretty much the number one in the model every single week that we come out with. His stats would deem so. I guess the recent form there not taking him off that. Justin Thomas, who is streaking, is 2. Rory McIlroy, obviously 3. Keegan Bradley looks like the best value on the base rating of the model, but he is not playing very well at all. So the make your own model puts him where he probably should be, and the best ranking would be Max Homa for the make your own model. So hopefully you guys have liked it. Of course, if you want to see more of this type of information, how I break it down, how I use it, what I do to roster, how I pick my rosters and lineup construction, this is a perfect thing to do in our Slack chat. And of course, when you become an Awesemo.com Plus member, you get access to that. So any other questions, of course, shoot me a direct message at DFS Golfer 23, and hopefully I'll be able to answer it. Until next time, everybody, cheers.